There are only 5, just 5 footwork movements you need. That's it. No more, no less, just 5. And if you master these 5, you'll become untouchable. So I'm going to show you what they are. Number 1 is the step in and a step out. In your fight stance, the step in, you're simply going to step in forward to gain distance, and the step out, using your back foot to step out. This movement is also known as holding your ground. You're not moving into a new position or moving out. You're in the same fight stance. You're simply using your front foot or your back foot to either move yourself forward and get the reach, get the distance, or you're using it to step out to avoid when they're thrown. You're simply stepping out and then you're back in your fight stance. So the step in moves you in close, and then the step out moves you out, and then both of them you come back into your fight stance. Number 2 is the forward or the backward shuffle. This actually moves you into a new position or moves you out to a new position. In your fight stance, you're going to be going forward, pushing off your rear leg, getting that reach, getting that distance, and then the backward shuffle moves you out. So the forward shuffle gets you in, you can deliver your strikes, and then the backward shuffle gets you out and then positions you for a counter. Number 3 is the lateral movement. Lateral movement is side to side. In your fight stance, you're going to be going either to the left or to the right, shuffling your feet, going across, and changing distance without going forward or backwards. You're going side to side, getting that lateral angles and lateral movement. Very important, very underutilized, especially if you're up against the wall, up against the cage or a ring, and you just need to move and get yourself out of that bad spot where you cannot retreat back. Number 4 is the side step shuffle. This is very similar to lateral movement, with the exception of you are quickly hopping to one side to get an angle so you can strike, or hopping to the other side, get an angle so you can strike. Very similar to what Mike Tyson does with his hop. He does this a lot when he goes to the side, he delivers his uppercut, his hooks, and then he sidesteps to the other side and does the same thing. The sidestep shuffle is great because it gives you that extra angle to strike from very quickly, and you can get that angle to execute your power combinations. And number 5 is the king of all footwork movements, and that's the pivot. Now, they're all important, but the pivot, if you master the pivot, then it's game over. So the pivot positions you to a new angle to strike from. So from your fight stance, you'll be pivoting either to your left or to your right. Most commonly, if you're orthodox, you're going to be pivoting to your left, but you can also pivot to your right if you're orthodox. So the pivot can be done stationary, or most of the time you'll be doing a step, pivot, get that angle, and then execute the strikes. Extremely powerful movement. Now you can also utilize it to your right from orthodox. Now in this case, you're stepping across and then pivoting in order to get that angle. Now most of the time you'll be doing more of an open hip, going to your left and then executing, but it could be done the opposite way as well. It's a little slower, so that's why you'll be using it the other way. So these are the only 5 footwork movements you need. No more, no less. Train these 5, drill these 5, master these 5. Now I have an in-depth program that breaks each of those down and shows you the technical breakdown of each of the movements, how to execute them, and where to keep your body, where to keep your hands, and how to master these 5. But footwork alone is often not enough. It's good to start with, but then you need to incorporate your punches, your kicks, and your strikes. So in the same program, I break not only the footwork movement down, but then I begin to show you how to incorporate your punches as you move, because you have to be able to not only move, but move and strike at the same time. The program is Fighters Footwork. It's available right now. You can pick it up, and I will see you in there.